Hello, St. Lawrence alumni, students, parents, and friends, and welcome to the 2020 Virtual Laurentian Weekend. My name is Aaron Todd, and I'm the Assistant Athletic Director of Communications and Marketing here at St. Lawrence, and I'm coming to you from Tom Fay Field here on campus. In a normal year, we would be spending tonight welcoming some of the greatest Laurentians to ever don the scarlet and brown back to campus to induct them into the St. Lawrence Athletic Hall of Fame. Unfortunately, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, that's not possible this year. While we still plan to hold an induction ceremony on campus when it is safe to do so, we'd like to take this opportunity to introduce our next class as part of our virtual Laurentian festivities. Without further ado, here are this year's inductees.
A Heuvelton, New York native, Mike Hebert came to St. Lawrence on an ROTC scholarship on the advice of his guidance counselor, Wesley Stitt. An infielder and pitcher, Mike posted a .319 batting average over the course of his career and led the Saints with a .414 average with 4 doubles and 4 triples as a sophomore in 1979. He had a knack for getting on base, leading the team in walks in each of his 4 seasons, and he had a .473 slugging percentage with 15 career doubles, 5 triples, and 5 home runs. Mike also excelled on the mound, posting a 5-2 record with 6 complete games in 7 starts with a 2.15 ERA as a senior. He helped lead the Saints to 52 wins over the course of his 4 seasons. After graduating, Mike spent 4 years in the Army as an ordnance officer. He exited the Army as a captain and returned to Heuvelton. He worked for Newell Rubbermaid for more than 20 years and is currently a practicing manager for a 4-location veterinary clinic. He and his wife Patty have 2 children, Jay and Kelly. Mark Verstandick grew up in Delmar, New York, and first became interested in St. Lawrence when Andy Talley recruited him to play for the football team. But it was under Tom Fay on the baseball field that he really made his mark, serving as a captain for 2 seasons before going on to a 5-year stint in minor league baseball. Mark posted a .367 career batting average for St. Lawrence, including a .416 average as a sophomore, when he helped lead the team to a 20-4 overall record and a 9-1 mark in ICAC play. A catcher who could hit for power, Verstandick finished his career with 41 extra base hits, including 11 home runs, in 99 career games. Over the course of his 4 seasons, he helped lead the Saints to 62 wins and a 27-12 conference record. After graduating, Mark played minor league baseball for 5 seasons for 7 different clubs at the Single-A and Double-A level. He currently owns and operates M&K Greenhouses LLC, a 3rd-generation owned family business in Selkirk, New York. Mark and his wife Kimberly have 3 children, Stephen, Kyle, and Chris. Mark Karen grew up in Canastota, New York as one of 8 children and was recruited to St. Lawrence to play baseball and football. A double threat for the Saints on the baseball diamond as an ace pitcher and a power hitter, Mark finished his career with 13 wins, 17 complete games, and 162 strikeouts in 189 1/3 innings pitched. At the plate, Karen only got a few chances to hit in his first 2 seasons, but he made up for it in his last 2, posting a .346 batting average with a total of 10 home runs in his junior and senior years. As a junior, Karen led NCAA Division III pitchers with a 0.85 ERA to earn ECAC Pitcher of the Year honors. He helped the Saints finish 21-8-1 and 6-1-1 in the ICAC that season, and won Empire Athletic Association Player of the Year honors a year later. After the Saints went 1-9 in league play Karen's rookie year, he helped the Saints post a 19-8-1 record in league play over his final 3 seasons. Karen now works as a special education teacher in Auburn, New York, and also works as an academic tutor for the Syracuse University Athletic Department. He has coached football, basketball, and baseball in his time as a teacher. He and his wife Rachel have 2 children, Kevin and Sophia. Pam Seabourn grew up in Ottawa and first met St. Lawrence women's hockey and soccer coach Bernie McKinnon while playing for the Nepean Raiders. She fell in love with the campus, and when she learned she could play both sports for Bernie, she knew St. Lawrence was the right place for her. Pam helped the women's soccer team earn an NCAA tournament appearance in her sophomore year in 1989, and over the course of her 4 years on the pitch, the Saints posted 37 wins. On the ice, Pam helped lead the Saints to 3 Division III titles, at a time when women's hockey played against Division I and Division III opponents. She was named co-MVP of the Division III schools and the MVP of the Division III ECAC championship game as a senior. She earned the team's MVP award that season and was later named the St. Lawrence Senior Female Athlete of the Year. She was hired as the women's hockey coach and assistant women's soccer coach at St. Lawrence, then transitioned to an assistant women's hockey coaching role as the team made the move to full NCAA Division I status, serving in that role until 1999. She has owned several local businesses and currently serves as an adjunct professor in the sport management program at SUNY Canton. She and her husband, head men's lacrosse coach Mike Mahoney, class of '93, are parents to 3 sons: Mark, class of 2022, John, class of 2024, and Daniel. Dave Tropiano grew up in Stoneham, Massachusetts, playing baseball, hockey, and golf. And while he's being inducted into the Hall of Fame as a baseball player, it was actually the hockey team that first drew his attention to St. Lawrence. He watched the Saints play for the ECAC championship in the old Boston Garden when he was 12 years old, and when he arrived on campus, he decided to try out for the team. While he did have a 2-year stint on the Saints JV hockey team, and later played on the football team in his final 2 years at St. Lawrence, it was on the baseball diamond where Dave really shined. He was a career .354 hitter and flirted with a .400 batting average in each of his final 2 seasons. He set a school record with 18 doubles as a senior, a mark that stood for 17 years, and his 24 stolen bases in 1995 rank second in program history. Dave was invited to try out for the Atlanta Braves organization, but was unable to attend the tryout after breaking his foot at a college all-star game at Yankee Stadium 2 days after he graduated from St. Lawrence. Dave has spent the last 16 years as a police officer in Charlotte, North Carolina. He and his wife Beth live in Charlotte with their children, Megan, Nicole, and Lauren. Kristen Lattasuer grew up in Ogdensburg, New York, and admits that while she was local, St. Lawrence wasn't, quote, on her radar. But when her mother set up an official visit, and she met head women's basketball coach Fran Grembowitz, Kristen knew she wanted to play for the Saints. After a tough rookie season in which the Saints won just 5 games, Kristen helped the Saints post the biggest win differential from one season to the next as a sophomore, averaging 11.8 points and 6 rebounds per game as the Saints went 16-8. She finished her career as the Saints' all-time scoring leader with 1,173 points, and while 5 St. Lawrence players have since passed that mark, her 13.8 points per game still sits atop the Saints' scoring average list. A 3-time All-Conference selection, including 2 first-team honors, Kristen was named St. Lawrence's Senior Female Athlete of the Year in 1996. After graduating, Kristen served as an assistant women's basketball coach at Ithaca College, helping the Bombers earn an NCAA tournament berth while earning a master's degree in sports psychology. She is a physical education teacher in her hometown of Ogdensburg, and she and her husband, Shane Halliday, live in Messina. They have 2 children, Jackson and Faith. Cara Barbieri grew up in southern Vermont and was heavily recruited by former Saints women's basketball coach G.P. Gramacki. His persistence paid off, as Cara became a leader on some of the best women's basketball teams in St. Lawrence history. A pure shooter, Cara was a contributor as soon as she landed on campus. She led St. Lawrence in free throw shooting percentage in her first 2 seasons and helped the Saints advance to the NCAA quarterfinals as a sophomore. The Saints returned to the NCAA tournament the following season, with Cara leading the team in three-point shooting percentage, and as a senior, she helped the Saints advance to the NCAA championship game and finish with a 28-4 record, earning all-tournament team honors at the Final Four. Over the course of her 4 years at St. Lawrence, the Saints won 98 games. She ranks 9th on the Saints' all-time scoring list with 1,119 points, and is also in the top 10 in career field goals and three-point field goal percentage. After graduating, Cara enrolled in the Doctoral of Psychology program at George Washington University. She is now a licensed clinical psychologist and works at a private agency that specializes in the treatment of children with autism. She and her husband, Russell Battistoni, live in Windsor, Connecticut, with their 3 children, Milo, Luca, and Theo. Jeff DiGeronimo grew up in Sturbridge, Massachusetts, and came to St. Lawrence because of the family atmosphere on the baseball team. Over the course of his career, Jeff helped the Saints get progressively better and move up in the conference standings. As a junior, Jeff hit .402 as the Saints' starting first baseman and tied the school record for home runs in a season with 7, earning first-team All-Liberty League and All-Region honors. The team was 17-16, posting a winning record for the first time since Jeff arrived on campus, but that was just a preview of what was to come. As a senior, Jeff once again earned all-conference honors as he helped the Saints win the Liberty League title and earn a spot in the NCAA tournament where they beat Rensselaer in an elimination game. The Saints finished the year 24-14, and Jeff finished his career with a .353 batting average, 10 career home runs, and 76 RBI. Now a manager of client outcomes and evaluation for RX Ante Incorporated, Jeff and his wife Nicole live in Portland, Maine with their 3-year-old, Evan Rose. Andrew Engebretson grew up in Orono, Minnesota, and started his collegiate baseball career at the University of Rhode Island. But after suffering an injury, Andrew decided to transfer to St. Lawrence halfway through his sophomore year. He made the most of his time with the Saints, setting St. Lawrence career records with 16 home runs and a .636 slugging percentage, while his .378 career batting average ranks second on the Saints' all-time list. Andrew earned first-team All-Liberty League honors as a junior, setting the program record for RBI in a season with 47, while helping lead the Saints to the 2006 Liberty League title and an NCAA tournament appearance. He followed that up with perhaps the best season for a power hitter in St. Lawrence history, setting the program record for home runs in a single season with 8 and knocking in 43 runs, good for third all-time, as the Saints once again advanced to the Liberty League championship game. After graduating, Andrew coached college players at a summer league in Florida and served as an assistant baseball coach at Seton Hill University. He now works in IT at Liberty Mutual. He and his wife Katie live in Madbury, New Hampshire, with their daughter Nora.
In addition to our 9 distinguished alumni, we have one more inductee to announce tonight. As you may have already guessed, given my location, and the fact that 6 of his former players will be inducted as part of our next Hall of Fame class, our final inductee is retired baseball coach Tom Fay. For nearly 4 decades, T. Fay coached, taught, and mentored baseball players here at St. Lawrence. Here's more on T. Fay.
Tom Fay came to St. Lawrence as the head baseball coach and assistant football coach in the fall of 1972. His baseball coaching career couldn't have had a more auspicious start, as Kevin Dooley threw a no-hitter in his first career game as the Saints manager. Tom went on to coach at St. Lawrence for 37 years. He played an integral role in expanding the Saints' schedule from 15 to 20 games to the roughly 35 to 40 that are scheduled today. He helped establish St. Lawrence as a destination for baseball players by planning an annual spring break trip to Florida long before it became standard at the Division III level. The Saints won several conference titles over Tom's long career, which spanned St. Lawrence's time in the ICAC, the UCAA, and the Liberty League. He won multiple Conference Coach of the Year awards and was recognized by other various professional organizations. His baseball teams won a total of 522 games, a total that may stand atop the Saints' all-time coaching wins list for the rest of time. In addition to coaching baseball and football, he also spent several years coaching the JV basketball team. Beyond coaching, Tom was also an integral member of the Saints faculty, serving as the curriculum coordinator and practicing teaching supervisor for the university's Department of Sport and Leisure Studies. His legacy will live on for decades, both in the players he coached, the students he taught, and with the baseball players who will continue to play on the field named in his honor in 2002. Tom and his wife Pam raised 2 daughters, Tanya and Melinda, in Canton, and are proud grandparents of their 4 grandchildren.
We could talk for days about what T. Fay's legacy means to our department, but nothing could demonstrate that more than these words from his former players, students, and colleagues.
Congratulations, T. Fay, on your induction into the St. Lawrence University Hall of Fame. Tom, I can't think of anyone that deserves this honor more than you. The countless number of student athletes that you've mentored throughout the year, not only in the baseball team, but throughout our physical education major. Not to mention the fact that you probably saved physical education in the New York State public high school system with your work in the New York State government. But I also want to personally thank you for mentoring me as a young coach in the department. And I strived to try to keep pace with Tom Fay as I raced to try to beat you to work every single morning. And all the good information that you gave me as we worked side by side in the office complex. Tom, I appreciate all you've done for me and many others, and really look forward to celebrating in person. All the best to you, Coach Fay. Thank you for everything.
Greetings to St. Lawrence friends in Canton, New York. This is Kevin Dooley in Minneapolis, Minnesota, class of 1974. I had the great pleasure to play both baseball and football for Tom Fay in the early 70s, and what a great day it is for Tom and his family that he's been inducted into the Athletic Hall of Fame. It's a wonderful honor to him, a real credit to the countless years that he spent mentoring young student athletes to not only make the most of their athletic potential at St. Lawrence, but also to get ready for life afterwards. His enduring legacy is not just as a terrific athletic coach, but rather his unfailing ability to get young athletes to focus on life after college by making the most of their college years, but also preparing for life afterwards. It's a great day for St. Lawrence sports, great day for Tom and his family. Very proud of you, very indebted to you for the wonderful mentor you've been to me and so many others. Congratulations.
I'm Chris Cook, starting pitcher from the class of 2011. It was an honor to play for Coach Fay, and I want to congratulate him on his much-deserved induction into the St. Lawrence University Athletic Hall of Fame.
Chuck Baldwin, class of 1985. Congratulations, Tom, on your induction into the Hall of Fame. Not sure why it took them this long to recognize you. We've known you were a Hall of Famer all along. Congratulations.
Coach Fay, Chris Kerr, class of 2007. Congratulations. You've always been a huge influence on my life, and for that, I'm grateful. Your lessons, they extended beyond the baseball field, and I know they touched all of us players and in the entire St. Lawrence community. We're all better for it. So, thank you, Coach, and well-deserved. Congratulations.
Coach Fay, congratulations. Exciting evening. Wish we could be up there to share in a tremendous honor for you, and well-deserved. Appreciate all you have done and what you have meant to us as players, and your leadership and guidance in which you have taught us in this game of athletics. Certainly a better person because of you.
Second all that, and words to live by, low profile, high impact. Congratulations, Coach.
Hi, Coach. Mike Hebert here, class of 81. First off, congratulations on being inducted into the St. Lawrence University Hall of Fame. I've got to tell you, it was a great experience being part of your teams at St. Lawrence University. Again, congratulations and best wishes.
Hey T. Fay, this is Rick Persons, class of 83. What an excellent distinction to a man who has had such a significant impact on young lives for nearly 40 years. Specifically as one of your characters, I thank you for your influence on my life. It was truly a pleasure to play for you. To coin one of your favorite phrases, you are and will always be a classic. Congrats and all the best, Coach.
Hi, Coach Fay. This is Mike Wobble, class of 1992. Congratulating you on your induction into the St. Lawrence Hall of Fame. I look forward to the day that we can celebrate in person. Until then, take care. I love you.
Greg DeCenzo, class of 98. To Pam, Tanya, Melinda, congratulations. To T, the best coach, teacher, mentor I've ever had the chance to play for, learn from, work with in my career. So I just want to say congratulations, love you, and look forward to seeing you soon.
T. Fay, we wish to congratulate you on all of your professional accomplishments as both a teacher and a coach for so many years. In addition, I want to thank you for all that you've taught me as an athlete, as a student, as a young man, and now as an older man. Your impact on your many former players is unmatched, and you've been a tremendous mentor to all of us that have been lucky enough to have you in our lives. You are a true Hall of Famer in many, many ways, and we're very proud of you. We want to wish you and your family and Pam and the girls a great day. I hope you all enjoy this, and we wish you a long future filled with, in your own words, health, happiness, and accomplishment. Congratulations.
Hey Coach Fay, it's Mark Verstandick, class of 87 here in Albany, New York. It's hard to believe it's been 30 plus years since my days at St. Lawrence. But one thing is for sure, my memories of St. Lawrence baseball are my fondest. Congratulations on being inducted into the Hall of Fame. It is both an honor and a privilege to be inducted with you. Thank you for all you did to make my St. Lawrence experience the best it could be. See you soon.
T. Fay, congratulations on your induction into the St. Lawrence University Hall of Fame.
You've always been an inspiration in terms of your sport and physical education.
We've been thinking back about the times in your class, times on the staff here in the department, and all the mentoring that you provided for both of us. It was invaluable, and we can't thank you enough. Enjoy this special occasion with your family.
Congratulations.
Hello, this is Daniel Barry, class of 2001. Just wanted to say congratulations to Coach Fay on your induction to the St. Lawrence Hall of Fame. Well deserved. Coach Fay taught me a lot of things. Probably the most important thing that I take away is playing for the old man in the bleachers, which is stressing to make sure things are done the right way. Not just in baseball, but in life. Thanks a lot, Coach. Congratulations.
Hi, this is Drew Skonberg, class of 1979. I wanted to wish Coach Fay congratulations on his nomination to the St. Lawrence Hall of Fame. Coach represented the highest level of professionalism that you could achieve in the coaching profession, and he inspired all of us to do our best both on and off the field. So, Coach, congratulations again, and thanks for making great memories for all of us. We appreciate you.
Hi, Coach. Greg Sanick here, class of 1976. Congratulations on your induction into the St. Lawrence University Hall of Fame. I can think of no one more deserving than you. It does not seem possible that it's been nearly 50 years since you and I were SLU baseball rookies together back in the early 70s. Not only was your coaching the heart and soul of the program for all of us, but your embedded lessons about leadership and character resonated both into my own coaching career as well as my profession as a school administrator and leader. I suspect that each of us ball players has varying degrees of Tom Fay in all of us, and for that I will be forever grateful. Thank you for everything you've done for me and all of us characters, and congratulations as you enter the hallowed Hall of Fame.
David Tropiano, class of 1995. Hey Coach Fay, it's an honor to be inducted into the same class with you. I wish I could have been there in person. Wanted to thank you for the class you always showed as a coach, which has helped me become a respected coach down here in the softball world in North Carolina. It's in no small part thanks to you.
Coach T. Fay, Dan Jalbert, class of 98.
Coach Fay, Andy Toner, 1998.
We're here live from our hometown of Danvers, Massachusetts. You are St. Lawrence baseball, and you gave us the best years of our lives. On behalf of the legends and characters of St. Lawrence baseball, we want to say congratulations on your well-deserved Hall of Fame induction.
You got it right.
You got it right.
Hey T. Fay, it's Kristen Lattasuer Halliday. Just wanted to congratulate you on your Hall of Fame. I cannot think of a more deserving person. T. Fay was my advisor while I was at St. Lawrence, always cheered me on in the basketball court, and always there for me to pick his brain anytime I needed. He actually even taught me a class one-on-one so that I could graduate with my double major. I can't think of a more deserving person. Congratulations.
Hey Coach, it's David Perfield, class of 2000. Congratulations on being inducted into the St. Lawrence Athletic Hall of Fame. And thanks for everything that you've done to taught me so many valuable lessons that continue to this day. I'm happy for you, it's a great honor, and hope you get to enjoy with your friends and family.
Hey T-Fay, Hugh Lappy here, number 24, class of 76. The day is finally here. St. Lawrence Baseball, Tom Fay, Hall of Fame. Been waiting a long time for this. I think back to the great celebration that we had on your retirement, the big dinner we had down at the club. A kid named Dave Tropiano, class of the middle 90s. Clearly, I guess they were probably your second favorite group of alums. But I think Tropiano said it best. He said this: the reality is Tom Fay built a college baseball program in a place where nobody in their right mind would have even tried. But you did it. Tropiano said it best. You accomplished it through two main things: communication and organization. That's what you do, man. You bring us all together, you tell us what to do, and we have success because of you. Current St. Lawrence President Bill Fox lovingly calls St. Lawrence a forever place. And you, T-Fay, are one of the major reasons that it is a forever place for the Lappy family. Congratulations, Tom. You are truly the character of characters. Okay, one more thing. Get it right.
Hi, Coach Fay. Michael Mudd, class of 1990. Just wanted to congratulate you and your family on the well-deserved and long overdue induction into the St. Lawrence University Athletic Hall of Fame. I can't stress to you enough how great of a student-athlete experience I had playing for you on the baseball team back in the late 80s. Had a great 4-year experience, and without you, St. Lawrence baseball would have never reached the levels that it did. Again, thank you so much, and enjoy this tremendous accomplishment.
Hi, my name is Mark Karen, class of 1992. I wanted to say congratulations to T-Fay for this well-deserved accomplishment. It was a privilege to have you as a baseball coach and mentor. Congratulations.
Hey there, it's Nick Hughes, St. Lawrence's Director of Rowing, with a message for Coach Fay. T-Fay, as a coach, you modeled the balance of passion and poise, not just for countless ball players, but for your fellow coaches as well. As a colleague, you are a steadfast advocate for our department to be viewed first and foremost as educators in the lives of our St. Lawrence students. I'm grateful for having worked alongside you, and I wish you a heartfelt congratulations on this well-deserved honor.
T-Fay, Jeff Brainerd, class of 1976. Wishing you congratulations on your Hall of Fame induction, and a quick message from Lexington, Massachusetts. Basically, if you wanted to play baseball after high school, there's nobody you wanted to play with and for more than Tom Fay in Canton, New York. Now, I know this sounds kind of funny, but my recollections of you actually that make me laugh the most have nothing to do with the baseball field. You have to go back to 1975 spring, my junior year, and you had us down in North Carolina in personal cars traveling between all kinds of small towns. We just finished a doubleheader, I think, with Lenoir Rhine, and we had like a 2-hour drive to the next town, and we were in the middle of nowhere. We finished the drive, we pull in to a traffic light, and next to us is, Joe Backer is driving the coaches and the Sirius car, and you pull up, and next to us is the Gussies in the dirt car with 6 people, 3 in the front, 3 in the back. He's got some 8-track thing going to Motown, and we're bumping and singing to that. You pull up, roll down your window, so we roll down our window, and you gave us the look. Halfway between disgusted and joyful, and you didn't say a word. And you took off when the light went green, and we laughed all the way. I don't think we slept that night, we were laughing so hard. So that's my kind of recollection. What a great time it was, what great baseball you taught and expected out of us. Thanks for everything, T. Hope to see you soon.
Hey Tom, Linda, Troy, and I wanted to congratulate you on being inducted into the St. Lawrence University Hall of Fame. Congratulations. I have such fond memories of playing baseball for St. Lawrence University and playing for you that I'll always cherish. We look forward to congratulating you in person sometime on the Tom Fay field and can't wait to see you. Hope you have a great day. Enjoy it. It's well deserved. You're so important to the baseball program at St. Lawrence University, and we wouldn't be where we are today without your commitment and your dedication to the great game of baseball.
Hi T-Fay, Jeff DiGeronimo here, class of 2006. Best team you ever coached, you know it, T. Want to congratulate you on your Hall of Fame induction. Well overdue. Come on, St. Lawrence. He was a living legend when I was there. But in all honesty, Fay, a lot of games coached, a lot of wins, a lot of young men's lives influenced, which is probably the greatest achievement of all. So can't thank you enough for all the time and effort you put in for the 4 years I was there and for the 40 that St. Lawrence had you for. They're incredibly lucky.
Hey Coach Fay, it's Coach Patterson here, also known as Chafe or P Squared. I just want to add my congrats on your selection to the St. Lawrence Sports Hall of Fame. It's well deserved and long overdue. We had 25 plus great years of coaching together and it was a great ride. I'm indebted to you for allowing me to coach at the college level. Again, Coach Fay, congratulations on your selection. You deserve it.
Hey Coach Fay. Congratulations on being inducted into the St. Lawrence Athletic Hall of Fame. You were a shoo-in to be sure. This certainly has been a year where we've had to be comfortable being uncomfortable, as you would say. It's a shame the pandemic is preventing us from celebrating your induction in person, but we all hope to see you soon. Congratulations, Coach.
Congratulations, Tom. Almost 30 years ago, you helped me get my start in both coaching and teaching here at St. Lawrence University. You mentored me and supported me both in the classroom and on the field. Your passion for both has been inspiring and contagious. Thank you. There are lots of T-Fay stories. Probably my favorite I was watching you hand out uniforms just before a spring trip and watching Louis Barkley's expression while he shook his head in the background. Tom, you have always been a Hall of Famer for me. Congratulations.
I'd like to thank Aaron Todd and his team for putting together that amazing tribute for T-Fay, and I'd like to thank everyone who's contributed to make it possible. For those of you who don't recognize me, from my days of running around the bases in pigtails after practice, I'm Melinda, T-Fay's younger daughter, and I'm here to represent my family as we accept this nomination to the Hall of Fame. I'm here to speak on my father's behalf because you may have heard he has been diagnosed with Alzheimer's and dementia and would prefer not to speak for himself. So I'm going to do my best to emulate his message. For almost 40 years, T-Fay lived and breathed St. Lawrence baseball. I'd like to thank all the players, coaches, and colleagues who pushed him to be a better coach and mentor to his student athletes. Our family is so proud of the legacy he has created and has loved being the old man in the stands to so many of you. Please, we hope you'll continue to send your stories and inside jokes and other T-Fay-isms so we can continue to share those stories. Again, on behalf of T-Fay and our family, we would like to thank the Hall of Fame committee for the nomination and for everyone who supported the program of baseball and my dad for all of these years. Thank you.
Thank you, Melinda, and thank you to everyone who contributed to that wonderful tribute to T-Fay. Thank you for joining us tonight. To see the full slate of events for Virtual Laurentian Weekend, visit alumni.stlyu.edu. On behalf of the Saints Athletic Department, congratulations to our inductees and good night.